And we can gather some tools. If you want to have a block, you can. If that feels like something you might use, that's good. And we'll just get started. We're just gonna start to swing our arms around, and we're just kind of twisting the spine, warming it up really slightly. And here's where we're gonna check in with the body and just kind of notice what's up for you. If you can, go ahead and mute yourself, but you can unmute anytime. So whenever you need any assistance, you can go ahead and unmute. I encourage you to be very mindful of your soma, or your internal felt sense, and just be very aware of what it is that you're needing and how far you should go into things, and make this your own practice, right? Make this something that's really going to work for you particularly. Okay, so we're going to palm tree vinyasa. Interlace your fingers and then point your palms up towards the ceiling. So you can't see me, but I have my hands interlaced. And then we're gonna releve from here. So squeeze your thighs, squeeze your glutes, push your hips forward, and then reach your palms up towards the ceiling. And it's okay if you come into the balls of your feet and walk around a little bit. Just make sure that you're coming back up again if you set your heels down. So squeeze your legs, squeeze your glutes, push your hips forward, keep reaching. Let's see about dropping chin towards chest. Pull your belly button in towards your spine. Engage all of your muscles. Pull all of your muscles in towards your bones. And then slowly on your next exhale, we're going to lower the heels down to the ground. On your inhale, reach your palms up towards the ceiling. And on your exhale, forward or side bend to one side, really opening up the opposite side ribs, the upper side ribs. Inhale to come back up. Reach your palms to the ceiling. Exhale to side bend the other way. Really opening up through that upper side ribs. That's the main focus. Inhale to come back up. And twist to the side, pushing that same side hip forward so you're really twisting through your spine. Inhale back to the front. Exhale, twist the other way. Push that hip forward. Feel into the space of your spine. Inhale back to the front. Exhale your arms down to a T. Inhale, flip your palms up. Exhale, twist to your right, looking to your right, pushing your right hip forward. Exhale, come back to the front. And then twisting to the other side, pushing your opposite hip forward and coming back to the front. And then hands come down to your sides. Palm tree vinyasa. We'll reach the arms up overhead. Inhale. And then on an exhale, we're gonna forward fold just to halfway so that your upper body is horizontal. Then on your inhale, bring your arms out to airplane pose, so arms in a T shape. And then look forward with your spine. Reach the crown of your head forward. Reach your spine long. Feel grounded and rooted through your legs and a little micro bend in your knees. On your inhale, reach your arms up overhead, arms in line with ears. And then we're coming all the way back up to standing. Plant your palms together, drag your hands down through prayer pose, and forward fold all the way till your hands reach towards the ground, head reaches down towards the ground, and gently shake your head yes. And gently shake your head no. Feeling into the space of your neck and just noticing what's going on for you there. And now we'll plant the hands on something. So maybe on the ground, maybe on your feet, maybe on your shins. And then we're gonna lift the spine up, keeping the chin tucked. Reach the crown of your head forward in that line of the spine. And then exhale to fold. Two more like this. Inhale to rise with the spine. Exhale to lower into forward fold. One more time. Exhale all of the air out, arms in line with ears. Inhale to rise all the way back up to standing, and then arms come down to your sides. You can interlace your fingers behind your back and lift your arms up and back with your knees pointing forward. We'll forward fold again here. Exhale.
Take your arms up really, really high as you can get them, up and back. And then on your inhale, we're rising back up, but we're leaving the arms as high as they'll go backwards. And now we're gonna take some kind of maybe prayer pose behind the back. Maybe we're grabbing opposite wrists. Maybe we're grabbing opposite elbows. Whatever's good for you and your body. And here we'll be twisting to the side. So twist and look and really push some part of your arm or hand into the other side of your back muscles. And then inhale to come back to the front, and exhale and push that part of your arm or hand into the opposite side of your back muscles. And then inhale to come back to the front. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come back up.
And on this inhale, coming back up, we're opening through the chest and really lifting the sternum up towards the ceiling, grounding the tailbone down, squeezing the glutes, and exhale your hands down by your sides. And we'll move through a vinyasa here that is knees, chest, chin. Okay, and we're gonna go through some lunges. So we'll begin like we usually do for sun salutations, but just know that it's gonna be a little bit different. Maybe you've done it before. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, forward fold.
Inhale, step your left foot back
and drop your back knee and look up. Fingertips are on the ground beside your front leg. And then exhale, take that right leg back into down dog. We'll drop the knees down towards the ground, drop the chest down towards the ground, and then the chin goes down onto the ground. Knees, chest, chin. And just feel into this for a moment, really feeling into the space of your upper back. On your inhale, we're gonna swim through and balance on the tops of the toes, coming to cobra, opening through your chest, gripping the ground, looking up. And exhale, flip over your toes, come back to downward facing dog. Inhale, step your left foot forward, drop your knee, look up, and then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms up, reach up, and exhale, arms down by your sides. So we'll do that one again, just on the other leg. Inhale, arms reach up, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step your right leg back, lunge, fingertips on the ground, knee on the ground, look up, exhale, downward facing dog. Take your knees down, your chest down, in between your hands, and then your chin touches the ground. Here, feeling into the space of this upper back bend for a couple of breaths. And on your inhale, swimming through to balance on the tops of your feet, shining your chest forward, shine your elbow pits forward and look up. A couple more breaths here. In our nice cobra, you can even splay your toes out and reach your toenails down for the ground. Really closing the shoulder here, pushing into the hands to lift your thighs up off the ground. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Step your right leg forward for lunge, drop your back knee, look up towards the ceiling, fingertips on the ground, and exhale, forward fold, stepping your back foot forward. Inhale, rise up, stand up, and exhale, arms down to your sides. So we're gonna shake a little bit into the heels and just shake out any of the mess from today, right? So if there was anything, maybe it was from yesterday, we'll shake out the mess, shake into your heels, and allow the reverberation to move through your whole spine and upper body, through your shoulders, down through your arms, through your elbows, out your wrists, your hands, and then down and out through your fingertips. Feel that
vibratory movement, that fractaling energy moving out of your hands. All right, and now again, another vinyasa, but this one we'll do with a jump back. So inhale, arms reach up, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift your spine. On our exhale, we're jumping back to down dog. We're gonna take the knees down, the chest down, and the chin down. And just 2 breaths here in knees, chest, chin, the Ashtanga pointed pose. It's 8 pointed pose. And then inhale to cobra, shine your chest forward, balance on the tops of your feet. Here you can set your thighs down for a moment. We're just gonna talk about the structure here. So really push your fingertips into the ground and give it some gas, right? That's what we say in acro. So give the ground some gas and see what that does to your posture. It makes your shoulders come back, right? Well, we wanna accentuate that. So push your hands into the ground so that your shoulders are fully away from your ears. You have fully anti-shrugged your shoulders, and then turn your shoulder heads back and externally rotate through your arms all at the same time. So you're gonna feel your shoulder blades come together behind your back, feel your sternum lift up, 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 and then feel the pressure of the weight of your body down into your hands. And then we're also squeezing the glutes here, squeezing the whole back body, looking up, and then we can start to bend the knees. And just feel where you're at right now. This is just our litmus test. This is just to see where our flexibility is right now. And we're gonna check in with this later and see what has happened and see what has changed, okay? So let's go ahead and roll onto our backs. And we're gonna do some dying bug pose here. So we're gonna have knees above hips and then shins horizontal or parallel to the ground. And then we're gonna reach arms so that they're vertical, stacking right on top of the shoulders. And we're gonna reach opposite arm and leg long, like morning stretch, reach, 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 and then stack again in the original position. Inhale, reach and stack with the other side. And then we're gonna keep going like this and allow yourself some time to get used to this patterning. It's a little bit strange. We're reaching opposite arm and leg and then stacking again. Make sure that you're not like doing weird angles. Nothing's a diagonal here. Everything is either horizontal or vertical. We're making boxes. And so now we're gonna do 10 more of these with the chin lifted, chin towards chest. Keep breathing and really feeling that stretch and that reach. Breathing in and out of your nose. Five more. All right, and when you are complete, then you can bring your knees in towards your chest. And then we're just gonna start to take knees from side to side, massaging out the lower back. And now we're gonna come all the way, knees to one side. And then we're gonna stack the hands on top of each other, elbows on top of each other, and we've got a 90-degree angle in the arms. I'll show this way. And we're gonna see about rolling from one side to the other, keeping this shape. All right. So you want to try not to, my knees came apart, but I want to try to keep them together. I want to try to keep my elbows together and just working with some deep core stabilization here. We don't want to jump too much, right? Only if you absolutely have to. If you need to like give yourself a little hop, you can. But really trying to do our best to be really still with, or not still, but you know, like really solid with the movement. So smooth movements. Woo, all right, nice work. So we're gonna roll on over to the hands and knees, tabletop position. And now we're gonna C-curve with the spine. So your hips move first, and then the spine waves all the way up to your shoulders and then even throughout your neck. So hips go one way and then the shoulders go that same way. Hips go the other way and the shoulders follow. We'll do just a little bit of kind of free movement here just to allow some inner listening. So I encourage you to take a down dog or stay in tabletop and move in any way that feels like your body really wants to move right now. Just feel into the impulse that you can notice that just tells you which way to go. And if it's not very loud, that's okay. Just keep listening. Maybe the movements are small, that's okay. Just do what feels good in your body. Couple more breaths here, just doing whatever feels good. If you've been doing just one side, maybe choose to do the other side now. All right, excellent. And here's where we might be able to use a block. This one's awesome. Okay, so we're gonna place the block between the thut and the heel. And here we're gonna activate glutes. So I want you to keep your tabletop really strong. Your lower rectangle here with your knees and your hands, it can be bigger than your upper rectangle of your actual torso, okay? So you can create a more solid base, but don't have your lower rectangle be smaller than your upper rectangle. All right, now we're gonna lift and lower. We wanna make sure that the back is flat and not bending. We're not bending the back quite yet. We're just activating the glutes. So we'll go for 6 more of these. Keep breathing, slow, steady, and smooth breaths in and out of your nose. And now we're gonna see about taking it out to the side. We're lifting the knee up and lowering it back down. And we're getting into gluteus medius. 5 more. Really feeling into the space of that depth of tone, that intense engagement that you're feeling. Let it really burn. All right. And now we'll switch sides. Other thut ankle combo. Finding our wide base of support. Shoulders stack, and remember, we don't want to be shrugged into the shoulders. We really want to be pushing and sturdy and stable through the shoulders, and make sure that your hands are gripping like you're grabbing a ball. And then we're going to lift up and lower down, keeping your back flat, working just with the glutes. Keep breathing, slow, steady, smooth, rhythmical breaths as much as is possible. Keep bringing it back to the breath. Awareness in the breath. 3 more pulses. And then let's come out to the side. And again, we're lifting and lowering for 10. Really feeling into the side glute, gluteus medius. 5 more. All right, and we'll release that block. So if you'd like to, you can sit on your block. We're just gonna do a little bit of range of motion stuff. So let's release shoulders down towards the ground. Reach your palms down towards the ground. Really feeling that intensity through your arms. And then we're gonna reach one shoulder towards an ear. We're gonna feel a deep stretch through the side of the neck. And you're reaching down with your palm, especially on the side opposite to the side that is ear to shoulder or ear towards shoulder. And a couple breaths here, just feeling into the space of your neck, noticing into the tone of your muscles. Notice your breath, notice the quality of your breath. Maybe your heart rate's going a little bit. Notice the temperature. And then we'll come to the other side, reaching the other ear towards the other shoulder, opposite palm reaching deeply down towards the ground, and breathing. Feeling into the space of your neck. Notice the vibration, the energy moving through your body. And then chin reaches down towards chest. And we're gonna make some neck circles, but what I want you to think about is that your head is a balloon and that your neck is really strong. I want you to make sure that you don't hinge your head backwards, that you're just making arcs when you go overhead, and then you're tracing your chin across your chest. So ear comes shoulder to shoulder through an arc or a rainbow shape as you're looking up, and then traces your chin as you come down. Hinging the head can really impact the nerves back there. We want to be really careful that we don't do that, that we're really safe and careful with the neck. And then let's go the other way. Noticing all the clicks and pops, and also kind of noticing if you add a little bit more tone, a little bit more soft engagement to your neck, maybe you feel less of those. Just checking it out, just noticing what you feel. Maybe you feel more. It's all just so unique. All right. Let's go ahead and do some wrists though. Let's take some circles here with the wrists. Anytime that you need to let off a little bit of energy, like if you're feeling too much heat in your body, you can do an audible exhale out of your mouth. That's really helpful. So just to be able to regulate your own nervous system as you're working through this, you can breathe in and out of your nose to build the heat, to build the intensity. You can breathe out of your mouth to let it go. And let's take the circles the other direction. Excellent. And we're just gonna take some, spray the water with the fingers, take your thumb to your fingernails, and we're just gonna spray the water all the way up to the ceiling and then down through the front line. And then up again to the ceiling. We're making little wings and down the front. Again. And down. And we're coming to shoulders now. Open, open, close, close. You can add your breath here. So we're lifting arms, pointing palms forward and then pointing palms back. Keep pulling your belly button in towards your spine. All right, this one I wanted to show you guys because it's so good for just warming up shoulders, but also my teacher told me the other day that like we should all be doing this as women because it's really good for preventing any kind of like problems with breasts, so especially with breast cancer. So put your fingertips on your shoulders and we're gonna take the elbows towards each other and then draw them up as we inhale, reaching the knuckles towards each other behind your neck, and then drawing your elbows down and back like wings on your exhale. So elbows together and up on your inhale, and elbows down and back on your exhale. And we'll just do 3 more of these. And then we go the other way. So drawing your wings up and back, and then pull your elbows together and down your front line. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, down the front. 3 more. You can touch your knuckles behind your neck, but don't jut your neck forward. Leave your neck where it is. All right, and then we shake it out. All right. So a little bit of forward folding just to get started. We want to always kind of mix forward folding in with back bending, and we always want to make sure that we add a twist too to add like a little bit of length in there. So we'll just do some preliminary folding and twisting to start. So reach your hands towards your ankles, grab some part of your ankle, foot, whatever, and then inhale and lengthen your spine so that your spine is tall and you're not bending at all. We don't want any flexion in the spine. We want it to be fully stacked. And then on your exhale, go ahead and forward fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine, find a little bit more length. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine, really flex your feet. Pull your toes back towards your face. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine, pull your shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, forward fold. And one more time. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale, forward fold. And we'll go for a twist. So come on up. Let's cross one leg under and then one leg over. And then we're gonna either we're twisting, so you're taking your opposite arm towards your opposite knee, and you're either gonna grab with your elbow and then look behind you with a kickstand hand, or you can see about taking your shoulder in front of that knee, so twisting all the way to the opposite side with your shoulder, and then opening your arm up and reaching the back of your hand towards your knee. So that's another option. You could also see about the bind, so taking your arm in between your knee and then your other arm back behind to grip. We'll breathe here for 5 breaths. Keep lengthening on your inhale, like you're trying to make your spine longer. And on your exhale, twist more. And one more breath. And then turn and face the front just for a moment, feeling that stretch in your neck, and release. And we'll reach our hands behind the back, and then we're gonna fan kick around to the other side. All right, so taking either the elbows to the opposite knee, or maybe the shoulder to the opposite side of the opposite knee, straightening out that arm, palm open, or reaching for the bind. 5 breaths. Inhale to lengthen your spine. Exhale to twist. Keep breathing, steady, smooth breaths. It's going to be a little bit, our breath gets more shallow when we're twisting and bending. And so as we move into these back bends, don't be surprised if your breath is more shallow. Just do your best to fill whatever part you have access to of your lungs and fully empty out. And breathe rhythmically. Want to keep on getting oxygen to those spaces. Okay, look to the front, stretching your neck, and release. Excellent. So we'll come up into a plank pose and just point and flex your feet. Squeeze your core, grab the ground, look out in front of you several feet, maybe like 5 feet. Keep squeezing your core. All right, and we're gonna just child's pose for a moment. Taking the forehead to the ground. So this child's pose is our opportunity to check in with this decompression. So we're decompressing, we're neutralizing the spine in child's pose, and anytime that you need to throughout this whole practice, I want you to come to your child's pose. So if your body's like, hey, we need to actually decompress now, I want you to listen to your body and stop doing what I'm telling you to do and go into child's pose, okay? So just like you're fully in control, you're the one who's making the choices about your body. Okay, we're gonna come to our bellies. And we're gonna take first the forearms to the ground. And the elbows are pulled in towards the ribs. And then the hands are just poking up above the shoulders. Forehead comes to the ground. We're gonna waterfall up. What that means is we're moving from the atlas, the topmost part of the spine, and then we're moving the bend down the back. So as you inhale, first lift your head and then move the bend all the way down your spine. And then you can press into your elbows into the ground, squeeze your thighs, squeeze your glutes, and push your chest between your arms. So use the resistance from the ground. You can even grab the ground and like pull it towards you. And open your chest, open your upper body forward. And then we're looking out in front of us and then up a little bit. Couple breaths here. Really feeling into the space of this engagement. And then we're gonna lower it back down, vertebrae by vertebrae. So take it kind of slow here as you exhale down and feel one at a time lower to the ground until your forehead gets to the ground again. And now we're gonna take the hands in right next to the chest. We'll be waterfalling up again. So as you inhale, bend your neck first and then take the bend up your spine until your low ribs get to the ground. And we're not gonna go any higher than that right now. This is just like a half cobra. Squeeze your glutes and then lower yourself back down on your exhale. Inhale up and exhale down. Waterfall, inhale up and exhale down. 2 more at your own pace. Really feeling into the cobra-esque-ness of this action, right? Because you have to kind of like do a scooping action to make this cobra happen. So we're gonna do that one again, but we're gonna bend the knees after we've done the initial cobra part. So we're gonna inhale, exhale, bend the knees, inhale, straighten the legs, and notice how that lifts your chest, and then exhale and lower back down. 5 of those. Inhale, exhale, bend the knees, inhale, straighten the legs, and exhale, lower back down. 4 more at your own pace, feeling into the space of that waterfall, noticing into the space of the cobra action, the scooping action, and all of the engagement that's happening in your core. So we really want elbows really tucked, pointing backwards, and arms are like tucked in, right? And that's gonna be important for this next piece where we come all the way up into cobra with straightened arms, okay? So we're not bending the knees this time, forehead to the ground. Inhale, waterfall up to straight arms. Exhale, back down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. They don't have to be all the way straight. You might want to have a little bend in your arms. Feel into your body and see just see what's available for you today. So keep going. One more. And now we're adding the knees. Inhale, waterfall up. Exhale, bend your knees. Inhale, straighten your legs. And exhale, lower back down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, lower back down. 3 more at your own pace, with your own expression, finding your own perfect geometry. Finding your own flow. Let's do one more. All right, let's stack the hands here and place your forehead on your hands. And we'll just take one nice deep breath. Here we can decompress a little bit. You could always go to child's pose, remember, but also we can decompress a little bit by pushing the pubic bone down into the ground by squeezing the glutes. So really squeeze your glutes, push your pubic bone down into the ground. And now see if you can kind of cat out your back and pull your belly button in towards your spine while you're laying down. So pull your belly button up towards your spine and off of the ground. And this is really decompressing and hard, right? But it keeps us nice and warm so that we can continue our practice really effectively. Okay, these next ones, we're gonna keep the legs on the ground, which is pretty challenging. So we'll begin with arms in a T shape, and we'll waterfall the spine up again, but keeping the legs on the ground and the arms come off the ground. Inhale up, exhale down. 4 more. And now we'll take the hands and reach them towards each other behind the back. So maybe your fingertips touch, maybe your fingers touch, maybe the palms of your hands touch. We'll see what happens here. So we're forehead to ground, and then we're gonna waterfall up and try to reach the fingers, the hands between the legs behind you, okay? Inhale up and exhale down. Keep going like this. Try to keep your legs down. All right, and then we release. Maybe stack your hands, give yourself just one breath here. As you breathe, really breathing into your back body so that you can feel decompression through just because you're breathing, right? Just adding breath into your back body helps to decompress. Okay, next we're gonna do fingers interlaced behind the head. This is hard, y'all. This is intense. So try to keep your legs on the ground. Inhale up, exhale down. Keep going at your own pace for 4. And relax. We get that one breath, breathing deeply into the back body, expanding through the back body. Excellent. And now we're gonna take the left hand and line the side with it, palm open with your arm just laying by your side. Take your right arm up and overhead. And we're gonna lift just the right arm and leg and the torso and the neck and the head. Okay, so we're waterfalling again. Start with your forehead on the ground. Inhale and lift just the right side. Exhale, lower back down. 4 more at your own pace using your waterfall. And now we're going to take the left leg up and the left hip. So what's going to happen is the left leg is going to lift and the hip is going to lift, and it might cross over the right leg a little bit. Okay, 5 of these. Inhale up, exhale down. At your own pace for 4. Really good. Whenever you're complete, let's switch sides. Take your left arm overhead, and then your right arm lines your side, palm open. We're gonna lift just the left arm and leg for 5 at your own pace. And now we're lifting the right leg and hip. The leg might cross the left leg. And so it's opposite arm and leg for 5 at your own pace. And let's go ahead and stack those hands. Maybe do some decompression breaths into your back body. Maybe squeeze your glutes, push your pubic bone down into the ground, and then pull your belly button up off of the ground. So intense. So you might at some point need a child's pose. I encourage you to take it whenever you need it. Whew. The next piece that we will do is reaching the arms up overhead. And so we're gonna lift like Superman arms, and then we're also gonna lift the legs this time. Okay, so forehead starts on the ground, and then we waterfall up to everything lifted up off of the ground, like you're in a bird on a lyra. Okay, so inhale, lift, look up, exhale, lower. 4 more just like this at your own pace. And relax. Stack your hands. If whatever side you're putting your head, make sure you're staggering it and putting your other ear on your hand as well, because we want to be really nice and gentle with our necks. Okay, next placement of the hands is going to be airplane, which is arms in a T. And we're coming up with arms and legs and head, everything waterfalling, 5 breaths at your own pace. Notice your breath. Notice the temperature in your body. Notice the waterfall. Let's do one more. Really good. Quick body scan. Starting with your toes. Notice into the space of your toes, your ankles, your legs, your lower legs, your quads, your thighs, into your glutes. Just noticing, notice into the space of your lower back, your middle back, your upper back, your shoulders, your arms, and your neck. Feel into the space of your head. Okay, let's go ahead and come up onto hands and knees. And we'll do some disco kitties. So we're gonna C-curve to one side, arch the spine, look up, C-curve to the other side, and hollow, drop your head. C-curve, arch, C-curve, hollow. Go at your own pace for the next 5 or so. We're scraping out the ice cream bowl here, really getting to all of the edges, taking your body as deeply as you can to every arch, to every curve. Okay, we'll go the other way. So C-curve and arch, look up, C-curve and hollow, look down. Keep going like this. Another 5 or so. Exhaling as you come down. Inhaling as you look up. You also do not have to link your breath with everything, but sometimes it's nice. Sometimes it really helps. Sometimes it's really a big game changer. Okay. Guess where we're going? We're going back to our bellies. So now we'll go ahead and take one leg and you're gonna come up onto your opposite elbow and then push on top of the top of your foot down towards the ground. I like to swivel my hands so that my fingers point towards my head and then push down deeply. We're going into a super flexed knee here as much as it will, and then the heel like comes right to the side of the hip, so it's not like digging into the glute, it's really coming just off to the side a little bit, just a little bit, and keep pushing and inhaling. As you're inhaling, kind of give a little bit of resistance with your foot into your hand and see how that feels. Keep breathing just a little bit, right? Because we don't want to push it. Sometimes these tissues are a little bit cranky about this. So just feeling into it. One more breath. Excellent. And then release. And we'll go to the other side. So kickstand your other elbow. Reach back for your foot. Swivel your fingers forward and then press the top of your foot down so that your heel is reaching down beside your hip. Keep pushing down and breathing. And then we release. All right, so let's have knees wide. Bend the knees, and then we'll windshield wiper. All right, so now we're gonna take the knees back together. So they're not all the way together, but they're maybe hip width apart. We're grabbing one ankle. Grab on the inside of your ankle with your thumb pointing up towards the sky. We're gonna again waterfall through the back, starting at the neck, and we're lifting everything but the right leg. So if you're grabbing your left ankle, then you're lifting everything except for your right leg. So inhale and lift, push your ankle into your hand, look up, exhale, lower back down. Do 4 more like this. Inhaling to lift, pushing your ankle into your hand, reaching up, looking up, and exhaling to lower back down. At your own pace. And release. We're gonna grab the opposite ankle. So the same hand, same hand goes thumb down and grabs the opposite foot, maybe toes or ankle. So this is really odd. We're reaching across the body for this one. Again, we're gonna waterfall and we're gonna do 5 of these. Inhaling to lift up, push your ankle into your hand, exhale to lower back down, 4 more. And relax. You can stack your hands, do your decompression, or go into your child's pose, whatever feels good. Wherever you're at, breathing deeply into your back body, opening, expanding through your whole back body, feeling into the space of your ribs. Feel and breathe into the spaces between the vertebrae. Next side, reach your left arm up overhead and then grab your right ankle. We'll lift and lower for 5 here. Inhaling to waterfall up, reaching up, looking up, pushing your ankle into your hand. And exhale, lower back down. 4 more. And we'll grab the other ankle now. Thumb reaches down and you can grab whatever part of your foot feels good. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Pushing your ankle into your hand. And relax. Breathing deeply into your back body. Let's go ahead and do a little child's pose here even. So in this child's pose, I want you to see if you can shorten your front body and open more your back body. Like shorten your core, like you're reaching your sternum down towards your pubic bone. All right. So here's a more circus slash contortion pose that I want to work on with you, and it is called mermaid. So the hip lifts, the leg lifts, and then we're gonna slide the foot up under the knee, and then we turn the hips back towards the ground. So then we're balanced with the elbows. I've like to interlace my fingers, and then we really push through the elbows so that we can reach up. And this could be chest closer to the ground. I mean, it really depends on what's, available. So depends on how high your chest can go, but potentially you could get your elbows pretty close to underneath your shoulders. So just playing with this for a moment. I'm gonna come, and you can ask any questions and let me know if you need any help. We lost somebody.
Yep, and then we're just feeling into what's available for us today. Yeah, just unmute if you need any assistance. Let's try the other side. So, lifting that hip up, that leg up, placing the foot underneath the other knee. Rolling the hips back down to point at the ground. Lifting the chest, pulling the shoulders away from the ears. Nice work. All right, let's go for a forward fold here. So, legs out in front. And here we're just gonna place the hands on the ground, and then we're pushing one hip forward and then the other. So it's like you're trying to reach towards something out in front of you. So like say you've got a block, I'm like trying to kick the block. Kick, 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 one leg and then the other. And just notice what that does inside of your spine. And then we'll go ahead and do our forward folding. Inhale to lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold just a little bit, hinging at your hips. Really working with the back side of the legs here. So if you're feeling, let's see, we want to make sure that the spine is straight. So if you're feeling any intensity, that's fine. Just hang out there, right? With your spine kind of giving it weight. Inhale to lengthen your spine. And exhale to fold. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale to fold. One more breath. Inhale, lengthen. Reaching the crown of your head up in that diagonal line of your spine. And exhale to fold. And then we're gonna come on up, cross the ankles, and come into a cobra. And this is the pose that we use to kind of check out the flexibility, our range of motion that we had earlier. And so I want you to just check in with it and just see what's available to you here now. So look over one shoulder, maybe your hip comes up a little bit, and glide to the other side, look over the other shoulder. And just notice how this feels different from before. Maybe play for a moment here. All right, and now we're gonna roll onto our backs. We just did a lot of back bending, so we're going to reestablish the integrity of the core and do some crunches because we love crunches. So reach past your toes for 20, crunching. Keep breathing. Keep going, you got this. Excellent. And now we'll cross one leg over the other and twist. So twisting, look in the direction opposite your knees. Relax your shoulder, the opposite shoulder down towards the ground. If you need more here, if you're like, wow, this twist is boring, I want to do more, you can first just see about lifting your hips up off the ground. And if that's not enough, you can put something under your hip, maybe a pillow at first, and then working up towards a block. But keep doing the work, keep releasing that opposite shoulder down towards the ground. Couple more breaths. Really feeling that squeezing, wringing you out. And then we'll go to the other side. Uncross your knees, cross the other way, and twist. Look in the direction opposite your knees. And relax the shoulder down, down, down. Noticing into the space of your spine, noticing into the qualities here. Is there lubrication or is there roughness? If this is not enough for you, you can see about lifting your hips up off of the ground, maybe just a little bit, or maybe a lot of it. Keep relaxing your shoulder down towards the ground and breathing. And now we're bringing the knees back up again. Let's lay with the back flat on the ground for a little bit here. We want to really push the low back down into the ground. So you can see about just hovering your toes up off the ground and pushing your low back down for maybe 5 counts here. And now we're going to bring our knees up into our chests and give ourselves big hugs. Give yourself big gratitude for showing up for yourself today. Taking time out of your life to really focus on your own evolution and transformation. And then we're going to rock and roll up and down the spine. Let's see if we can rock and roll all the way up to standing without touching the ground, but just by rocking forward, reaching the arms forward, stacking over top of the feet, and then standing. All right, you guys are so awesome. Thank you so much for coming.